online and open yours today.
The time by Sagicor Bank is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, Minister Johnson Smith clarifies return of involuntary migrants. Information Minister defends FID appointment. All Krispy Kreme outlets closed due to fire incident in St. Andrew. In traditional flavors, the bittersweet of starting out. In the business report, agribusiness sector set to flourish, while in sports, Reggae Boys prepare for Super Showdown with Nigeria in Unity Cup final. Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News. It's Friday, May 30, 2025. I'm Curlin Brown. The Dean Valley community in Westmoreland is mourning the death of a well-known bus operator, 51-year-old Leroy West, otherwise called Fishmouth or Pow Pow, from Withorn in the parish. Reports are about 9 p.m. on Thursday, the bus operator who plies the Savannah-Lamar to Montego Bay route stopped at a male friend's house in the Waterworks district. Both men were having a conversation at the friend's gate when West was reportedly ambushed by armed men and shot multiple times. Now, the friend managed to escape. West was rushed to the Savannah-Lamar Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigators say there has been ongoing dispute over the ownership of a minibus between West, his stepson, and his spouse. He was allegedly threatened by his stepson, who is now in custody in connection with his death. The spouse is also in custody. To this follow-up, some Jamaicans are not pleased with Dennis Chung's appointment to the Financial Investigation Division, the FID. Critics are concerned about a potential conflict of interest following comments the accountant and financial analyst made, questioning the validity of the Integrity Commission's report on Prime Minister Andrew Holness's statutory declarations. However, as you hear in this update from Shante McNeil, Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon is defending Chung's appointment.
The appointment of accountant and financial analyst Dennis Chung to lead the Financial Investigation Division FID, which operates under the Ministry of Finance and has responsibility to investigate tax-related and financial crimes, has led critics to raise questions about potential biases. This comes after Chung's previous public comments in relation to Holness's financial investigation report by the Integrity Commission IC. The opposition People's National Party set a 72 hours deadline, threatening action if the governing JLP refuses to rescind Chung's appointment. However, the governing party seem unperturbed. During Thursday's press briefing, Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon claimed Chung was selected after a careful consideration process, including scoring and interviewing.
There is a process that we go through. The position is advertised. Individuals apply. There is a panel that's put together that shortlists candidates, and then there is an interview process that takes place, and there is scoring. The members of the committee score each of the persons, and then they make a selection.
Morris Dixon explains the government carefully follows the rigorous hiring process that has been agreed upon and established.
But the reality is that as government, we have put in place particular systems, especially in the hiring of senior government officials, and those processes were followed.
The minister asked critics to bring evidence to support their claim that the strict process was not followed before Chung's appointment.
If you have something to say it was not, then tell us that. But the process, as far as what we have the information on, that process has been followed.
In September, Chung made comments suggesting apprehension regarding the IC's report on Holness's statutory declarations. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
And the Finance Minister, Favour Williams, has also taken note of comments in the public domain concerning the appointment of Dennis Chung as Chief Technical Director of the FID and a proposal that the government overturns the recommendation of the Office of the Services Commission, the OSC. The minister states the proposal for the government to insert itself into a meritorious process, which included advertisement and interviews, and was conducted by the OSC, is both reckless and dangerous, further describing it as a path which Jamaica should avoid. Minister Williams insists the selection process was transparent, the position was advertised, candidates were shortlisted, and interviews conducted, and Chung came out successful on the basis that due process was observed. And we have another CVM follow-up for you with much concern over what persons view as a mass deportation of 4,000 Jamaican citizens from the U.S. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade sought to clear misconceptions that may linger about the development. Here's Adrian Williams with that report.
As the country continues to receive individuals who have been deported from the United States, much concern was raised about what Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, considered misconstrued statements.
Allow me to be clear that 4,000 Jamaicans are not being returned now. For some time, it has been in the public domain that the U.S. authorities had close to 4,000 persons in their records with final orders for deportation against their names. It is now our understanding that approximately 2,500 have been confirmed for removal over a period of time.
She further highlighted that logistics and individual legal processes will determine when each person is ready to be returned to the island, noting that the return of citizens is not a new occurrence.
The return of Jamaican nationals is not a new development. It is not a new phenomenon. For decades, Jamaica has facilitated the repatriation of its citizens under established international arrangements. We receive our citizens when they are returned to us.
One resident is not feeling hopeful about recent deportation plans.
God, no. A whole heap of come do crime. It's like how Jamaica mash up already, and up here things are going. When them come, we have can't say, we can't say. We can't say, because a whole heap of things are happening now.
Senator Johnson-Smith is, however, assuring the public that rehabilitation and support will be available for those who are returned.
The government has expanded the National Reintegration and Rehabilitation Strategy. On May 5th, Cabinet approved the establishment of a National Technical Working Group on voluntary and involuntary migrants, recognizing that not only is the grouping not homogeneous in and of itself, we now have a subgrouping of those who are returning of their own motion, determining the circumstances in the U.S. to not be where they wish to remain, and those who are being returned, those who have the decision made for them.
So then, what of the concern for deportees or involuntarily returned migrants with criminal records?
Monitoring and detention measures are in place. They will be applied.
Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
And some good news for Jamaica's tourism industry, signaling renewed confidence in the country's safety efforts and setting the stage for a potentially strong summer travel season. The U.S. advising its citizens to exercise increased caution instead of reconsidering traveling altogether to the island. The government officials welcoming the update, pointing to progress made in public safety. It's a major win for Brand Jamaica, the U.S. State Department adjusting its travel advisory for the island, easing concerns for American tourists, Jamaica's largest visitor market. With the summer season around the corner, industry stakeholders says the timing of the announcement could hardly be better.
So we look forward to a turnaround of a huge increase in our numbers from this change, because it's, the travel advisory is pretty much a symbolism of the perception of the safety of the country, and we see the data indicating it's becoming safer and safer every single month. The data is showing positive trends.
Dr. Wallace says TEF is not only focused on attracting tourists, but empowering locals.
And what we do at the TEF, we are grasped with the need to use tourism to provide great opportunities of the average Jamaican rising up, earning a good quality of life, good careers, good salaries, good progress over time from tourism. And so we have our investments in human capital development, we have our investments in tourism entrepreneurship, we have our investments in small and medium tourism enterprise upliftments. So we do that every day to try and get the average Jamaican coming out of high school, wherever you're coming from, to see tourism as a great career path that can give you a great quality of life.
He considers while some travelers may still express reservations, he assures crime against visitors is among the lowest in the world.
It's very safe. The blessings of all that we have to offer, the rivers, beaches, waterfalls, mineral spas, the music, the rums, the food, what we have is really paradise. I don't think there's anywhere else on earth like ours, like what we have to offer. And I think that provides an opportunity for everybody on this planet to put Jamaica on their bucket list.
This downgrade not only signals growing confidence in Jamaica's safety, but it's a boost for the tourism industry. And we'll have lots more here on CVM News at 7 after this.
Join my private room. Only $1,000 for a grand time.
That I know me. We never said that. But who going to believe me?
That is correct. $4,350,000. Yes, go ahead. $4 million? I never approved that.
Yes, me go doctor tomorrow. So me have to get the money today, no longer. Then no me face that. We never make no record, I beg nobody no money.
Deepfakes are AI-generated images and videos made to look and sound like people we know and trust. They're used to spread misinformation, destroy reputations, and are used to commit fraud and scams. Don't fall victim to deepfakes. Protect yourself. For more information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or scan the QR code on screen.
Yo, genius! We just get the Burger King Double King combo. One original chicken sandwich plus a Whopper Junior with cheese. Well, 2 sandwiches enough. Plus a small fries and soda for only $1,300.
You use the new rubber money. You did say the money can stretch a Burger King.
Me mean you get more food for your money. Oh. 1 combo, 2 sandwiches.
So you want I gotta eat whole 2 sandwich, brother? My belly can stretch,
Get the BK Double King combo. Limited time only at Burger King.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we're redefining what real connection is, prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers, get your $20,000 supermarket card when you add postpaid mobile for only $3,700 plus GCT to your current internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Thanks for staying with us. Krispy Kreme lovers across the island have been put on pause following a fire at the restaurant's Waterloo branch in St Andrew Friday morning. Shantae McNeil has more details.
A fire at Krispy Kreme's flagship store on Waterloo Road early Friday morning has brought operations across the island to a halt. According to Restaurants Associates Limited, Head of Marketing and Sales Nadia Green, staff noticed smoke during routine preparations and quickly alerted the authorities. No injuries were reported.
We don't have any numbers or any additional information right now where we could quantify what the losses are. What I can say is that all Krispy Kreme outlets will be closed until further notice.
While the exterior appeared untouched, the real damage lay inside the kitchen, scorched and soaked, ceiling fixtures burnt, and tiles blackened. As the Jamaica Fire Brigade and police continue to investigate the cause of the blaze, customers are being asked to exercise patience as the company works to restore full service.
We know that we have consumers that will miss us for the time being, but we want to make sure that everything is okay, that it's a safe environment for everyone to return to both work and as customers. In terms of the staff who opened the store, after everything has been contained, we want to make sure that everything is fine. So we have carried the person to get checked out medically just to make sure everything is fine.
With Waterloo being the sole production site, all outlets island-wide remain shuttered. Outside, trays of donuts were rolled out, sweet treats on hold as recovery efforts begin. Shantae McNeil, CVM News.
The Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Babsy-Grange, is urging Jamaicans to embrace rather than discriminate against revival churches as a legitimate place of worship. When the United Zion Revival Council of Churches hosted its inaugural National Revival Conference at the Randy Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, the Minister of Culture, Olivia Grange, was in attendance, and she sought to change the public's perception of revivalism as a form of witchcraft.
But while we acknowledge this, I can confidently say there is nothing to be scorned in revivalism. And those who are afraid of revivalism, it's because they don't understand. And so, this new council, one of your responsibility will be to educate the people of this country.
Minister Grange says revivalism is just like any other faith-based organization, and the spirituality of its members should be a source of pride. She highlights its existence serves as a greater purpose within Jamaican cultural expression and should not be met with prejudice.
So revivalism will not be scorned anymore. Not now, not ever. The spirituality has always been a source of pride and prosperity for our ancestors.
Meanwhile, Minister of Local Government Desmond McKenzie took the occasion as an opportunity to honour the birthday and memory of former Prime Minister the late Edward Seaga, who was also an avid advocate for revivalism. Minister McKenzie emphasised the preservation of revivalism also represents the complexities of African retention in a country increasingly exposed to Eurocentric and Americanized ideologies.
But today is the birthday of Mr. Seaga. And today was the day that he passed on into eternity. And his memory is rich with this culture. Because when many people refuse to associate themselves with revivalism, he was never afraid to step forward.
The National Revival Conference marked an important moment in the history of the Revival Church in Jamaica, as it commemorates its ongoing missionary accomplishments since its emergence in the 1860s. Corporate Jamaica continues to call on citizens to take the lead in tackling long-standing issues in their communities. EdgeChem Jamaica Limited, known for spearheading major renovation projects over the years, says meaningful change begins when people take action. More from Shantae McNeil.
Action In an era where actions speak louder than words, a growing number of corporate entities are putting hands and hearts to drive real change across Jamaica. EdgeChem Jamaica Limited is among those leading the charge. Executive Director Melissa McCarge says while corporate support is crucial to national development, true transformation begins at the grassroots. She's encouraging citizens to take initiative, fixing what's broken around them, and instead of waiting for change, become the change by pooling resources and purpose.
Jamaica is where we live. We complain a lot about why the place looks drab, why it is not being pulled together. But as citizens, we have a civic duty and we should take pride and we should move out and do what we can. It's not necessarily have to be a project where you're spending a whole lot of money. It could just be 1 gallon of paint, a nail or two, and or a cutlass and a machete, and you're good to go. Spruce up your community.
And EdgeChem continues to lead by example, partnering most recently with the Urban Development Corporation UDC, Digital Foundation, National Housing Trust NHT, and Sagicor Foundation to deliver much-needed upgrades to 6 public institutions, including the Kingston Public and Victoria Jubilee Hospitals. According to the company, the project aligns with its guiding mantra, changing life 1 gallon at a time, showcased in its recent Labor Day project.
Because we believe that we should contribute to our country and to the young ones and to really beautify the place. And so this is giving back to the community.
Among the many acts of service, classrooms were repainted, early childhood spaces restored, roads freshly marked, and rest areas for medical staff upgraded. These aren't just cosmetic fixes, but symbols of lasting care, tangible signs of a deeper commitment to community upliftment beyond 1 day of national service. Frankson says this is a tradition the company proudly upholds and one they intend to continue. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
Soon come back. Don't go anywhere.
Yo, genius! Me just get the Burger King Double King combo. 1 original chicken sandwich plus a Whopper Junior with cheese. Well, 2 sandwiches plus a small fries and soda for only $1,300.
You use the new rubber money. You did say the money can stretch a Burger King.
Me mean you get more food for your money.
Oh.
1 combo, 2 sandwiches.
So you want I gotta eat whole of 2 sandwich, brother? My belly can stretch, you know.
Get the BK Double King combo. Limited time only at Burger King.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we're redefining what real connection is, prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers, get your $20,000 supermarket card when you add postpaid mobile for only $3,700 plus GCT to your current internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
The craving that makes everything crunch. The crispy BBQzinger is back with barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, bacon, and crispy onions. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, many stories are told of how small food establishments face bitter cycles of discouragement. However, the phase of developing into a well-sought-after, one-of-a-kind is sweet. Here's one such example of still keeping it real with traditional flavors.
For the last 25 years, I've been, on that natural journey. And I like to look ahead of time. And I see that where we are headed, we're going to need a lot of help. And when we say help, people to, be illuminated, enlightened, edified. But about nutrition, about the things that you're putting in your body.
Are you keeping it real and Jamaican, don't you?
Listen, man. When we first do this, my uncle and another family and friend, I say, yo, fire, better you sell some cooked food or some chicken, guys. This now work. Yeah, man. This now work. And I was like, hey, I believe in what that I not even believe. I know what I'm doing. And I know it's necessary. And I know it's a part of our life and an evolution. So I took all my finance and just throw it at the business and throw it in my dreams, and here we are today, it's still coming, still growing, still a little baby, but the potential, now you look and you see the potential and you see the need and the void that we're filling, because at times, I'm telling you, at times I feel like just give up. And when we reach that time, when such time occurs, you always hear someone that just motivates. At first, I had an idea, but now I'm actually being guided and seeing where the journey taking me now, and I feel good about it. To hear somebody call me and say thank you, and tell somebody that I help them. When you look at the production, it's a small space because we manufacture and produce a lot of products and stuff. We're doing the juices, we're doing the fruit cup to fruit dish, we're doing the jelly water, we're doing the tonics, we're doing the capsule, we're doing the tea bags. We're doing so much.
And it's also outside of Jamaica that you reach this?
Yeah, man. We do mail out and ship out a lot of products. We have a mailing hub in Florida that we do mail things, and we do our best to make it accessible. And that's what we're about, being efficient. These are the things that make it work. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I can tell you that Ronaldo is on set, and I just wonder what the sports department is cooking for us today.
Again, just like last night. Well, good evening, viewers. Good evening, Curlin. Just like last night, I have to give you some bad news first. Again, the West Indies have lost. But today, it's the women. But on a more positive note, our Reggae Boys will face off against Nigeria's Super Eagles tomorrow with kickoff at 11:30 a.m. in the Unity Cup in London. Of course, it's Friday, so we'll have our winner's edge with Rohan Daly. Stay tuned, lots more in sports.
You prove all the time that you're a sprinter. We'll continue in a moment. Stay with us.
The craving that makes everything crunch. The crispy BBQzinger is back with barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, bacon, and crispy onions. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Get ready for a powerful night of worship. Jesus All the Way, a fundraising worship encounter presented by the Jamaica Seventh-day Baptist Conference of Churches on Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, featuring Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Alicia Taylor, Kevin Heath, Nadine Blair, and Perpetual Sounds of Praise. Gates open at 4 p.m. Showtime 6 p.m. Tickets available at SpurOpen.com. Jesus All the Way, a worship encounter with a purpose. Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, powered by Stuart Soto, Love FM, Mellow FM, Gospel JA.
Every dream conquered is another dream game. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are my show tonight. Oh, I
crispy barbecue zinger from KFC. Available for a limited time. KFC, it's finger licking good.
The time by KFC is...
You're still with CVM News at 7, and we want to go right away now to the business report, and it's with Joel Krauskill.
Lots to dig into in the business report today. Jamaican agricultural enterprise is branching out to the world with the launch of the Jamaica Agribusiness Investment Forum JAIF 2025, where Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining Floyd Green, fresh from his sectoral debate presentation, shared how the new face of food is mirroring techniques from other sectors to drive engagement and growth.
But for too long, agriculture has been very shy about going after its investment. And tourism has been very bullish about going across the world and bringing top investors to our space. Agriculture has to do the same. Because our private sector has so many different areas that they can invest in. We need them to choose agriculture.
Vivian Scully, CEO of AgroInvest, suggests others do the same while underscoring the strategic goals of the forum.
It's a strategic step toward a future for Jamaica. It's a move to redefine how we grow, how we produce, and how we compete globally. Under the theme Sustainable Agribusiness, Global Reach, Local Impact, we're making a clear statement. Jamaica is not just participating in global agriculture, we're innovating, we're leading, and we're inviting the world to invest in our future. And that means transforming how we farm, how we process, how we invest, and turning Jamaica into a globally competitive hub for agribusiness. We have set a couple of key objectives. We intend to boost agricultural output, and this has been growing year on year, except for a few bumps, for both domestic consumption and for export. We're here to advance climate resilient practices so the farmers can thrive despite the growing environmental challenges, and also to elevate our value-added production.
The value-added component is being encouraged with the development of agri-parks that incorporate cold storage as well as an array of other features intended to promote that outcome.
Essex Valley, a place called Sea Air, and she's over the moon because we are now doing the farm road that runs beside that property. But Essex Valley comes with irrigation, comes with 3.1 megawatts of solar energy, comes with 24,000 square feet of storage space, along with a puree processing area, a brine preservation area, and some of the best farmers in the world. We want investment for that area. Coming out of Kingston, why is there so much idle land as we traverse that highway? We have now put in irrigation support for that property. We put in exchange valves. We're going to the storage. We want that 790 hectares to be invested. Additionally, you will have heard in St. Anne, 670 acres of a new agri-park with the Jamaica Bauxite Mining Limited and AgroInvest. We are going to prepare these shovel-ready proposals for investors who come to this forum for them to get involved.
You heard the minister in Parliament today speak about a goal of an agro-park in every parish across Jamaica. We're close, Minister. We're probably at about 10 right now, so we will have one per year, and we're already bringing on 2 this year and 2 within the next year. So we'll be ahead of the curve. You may have to lift the target.
And according to Green, it's possible to scale without a compromise in quality.
I don't have to tell you that all over the world, people are clamoring for our Jamaican products. Whether it be ginger or turmeric, and we just did some studies Our ginger is 10 times what was considered the best. And our turmeric is 7 times in terms of the active ingredient in turmeric. All of these are opportunities.
Set to take place from September 17 to 19, 2025 at the Montego Bay Convention Centre. Scully says participants can start preparing from now, thanks to a new feature known as My Business Matches.
This exclusive online matchmaking tool will be available once you register on the platform to forum participants. And this will help connect persons even before you arrive at the event. You can start making matches and setting up meetings. You'll be able to schedule one-on-one with investors, government reps, buyers and suppliers. You'll be able to engage targeted, purposeful discussions that drive partnerships and deals. We'll be launching a deal book at the forum. Expand your network both locally and internationally. The GIF 2025 isn't just a conference. It's a business platform that's designed for real outcome. We aim to get contracts signed, deals done, and new ventures launched.
The event is expected to attract over 400 in-person participants, including local investors, entrepreneurs, government officials, development partners, and agri-industry leaders from the region and beyond.
I cannot think of a better way to usher in a new era of agriculture that focuses on transformation, that focuses on resilience, than launching a forum that focuses on investment. Because we cannot have a sustainable new era of agriculture without significant agri-investment. When we sat down and we crafted a new face of food, our strategic pillars that focuses on food security, agribusiness development, climate smart technology, and export expansion, one of the things that was clear was that all of that would have to be led by our private sector. The government has to facilitate, but the private sector has to invest.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
Let's look at what caught the attention of some Jamaicans on social media today.
Social media is buzzing today. Let's take a look at what's trending online. Vybz Kartel is set to be crowned King of the Dancehall at Reggae Sumfest 2025, taking over the title from Beenie Man, who has held it since 2009. The coronation will take place on Friday, July 18, during Festival Night 1 at the Catherine Hall Entertainment Center in Montego Bay, St. James. Here are some of your reactions. At Organic Turmeric Hub shares, him deserve it, man. No joke. At NPT Kellett's comments, I think if Beenie Man is smart, he would go present Vybz Kartel with the crown and acknowledge that Kartel is the new king of dancehall. At Jordan Crosskill adds, well deserving of it, and I think Beenie should be the one to hand it over to him from one legend to another. At a Shoiki post, Jamaican dancehall is the only genre to change king and queens every school term. It just shows how it lacks proper foundation and respect of peers and elders. At Cavell Sweetness says, then Joe and Scatter just get up and crown people just so, no vote, no look at nothing. At Blessed Girly 909 writes, big up Beenie Man for his amazing contribution to dancehall. We appreciate you. Now that a new king has been selected, please understand that your legacy lives on forever. And that's what's trending online today.